Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Millie. Thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel, I talk about yarn, I talk about knitting and crochet, I talk about what I have finished, so I share my finished objects. I also share what I am currently working on. So today I have a few finished objects and a work in progress. So let's get started. So a while back I showed you a romper that I was working on, and I was trying to resize the romper for a newborn because the free pattern that I was using was only available for 1 to 3 months, and it was in a fingering weight yarn, but I wanted to use worsted weight yarn, so I had to redo a lot of the math to make it size for a baby, for a newborn, because the free pattern is only available in 1 to 3 months, and the yarn is a fingering weight, so there's a lot of difference. So I finally finished the romper and I am so happy with it. Look at that. And I put the name of the baby on it. I embroidered it. So I think this is gonna fit the newborn. I think it's gonna fit her. More information about this romper is in my previous video, but I'm going to go real quick about some of the details. And I'm gonna leave all the information in the description below. So I'm gonna leave a link to the free pattern, and this pattern is also available for purchase, and if you purchase you're gonna get it in multiple sizes, but it's gonna be in a fingering weight yarn. So if you're going to use like a worsted weight or a DK like I did, you're gonna have to do a little bit of math in order for you to get the size that you want. But I used these Soft Baby Steps by Red Heart, which is one of my favorite for baby things. And then the romper, it's called the Pickles romper, and this designer makes a lot of rompers. There are all kinds of baby garments on her website, so I'm gonna leave a link below for those that are interested in checking out her website. You can also buy it from Ravelry, and I'm gonna leave a link as well to that. But the embroidery, I did that with this hobby twister, which is 55% cotton and 45% acrylic, and I did with these two colors. The color here is 2205. The hobby doesn't usually add color names to all their yarn, so I bought this a while back, and it's a sport weight. It's thinner than what I normally would like to work with, so I might have to double these to use it. And I used these two colors for the different letters, and so I used this. It looks like a pink, and this is almost like between a peach and a pink, and that's the other one, and this one is color 522. So, and when I decided to embroider the name, I was looking for a pen that I would write and erase, and I tried to use the pens that I use for my sewing, and it did not work. And I was looking around on YouTube, and I saw someone doing the same thing, and she had left information about the pens that she uses. And so this is the it's an erasable pen, and it works actually, because when I put this in the washer it was full of ink, and I was able to write with it. And I'm gonna leave a link below. Sorry, it's gonna be a little bit noisy. Okay, so this is Vanishing Air Erasable Pen. So disappearing ink. So I'm gonna leave a link in case you're interested. It wrote really well on a knitted garment because it's hard to write on knitted fabric, but I was able to write with it, and it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, I think, 2 of each shade. So it worked perfectly, so I'm happy with it. And when I washed, the ink came out. So this is like my proud project of the week. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the way it looks, and I haven't embroidered in years, but I was able to do it. It's not the most perfect job, but it's a handmade garment, so I love it. And that was one of the projects that I finished. And then I like making washcloths, so I made this washcloth. It's a corner to corner washcloth, so you start at the corner and then you knit until you have enough, the size that you want. And so when it becomes a triangle like this and you like the size, you start decreasing again. So that's what I did with this. And I used this Crafter's Secret. It's 100% cotton. It's a worsted weight. It's good for making dishcloths or washcloths. And this is all I have left. I was trying to make it larger, but I think I started casting off before I measured it, but it's still a good size. And these washcloths are multi-purpose. You can either use it as a washcloth or you can use it as a dishcloth. I usually use them as a dishcloth, but my daughter likes to use them as washcloths, so I make these on and off. It's a good project when you're in between projects, or when you're in company and you cannot concentrate on a more detailed pattern. So this makes for good car knitting or mindless knitting. And I used let me see, I used US 8 knitting needles. I don't know if that's what's recommended, but I don't really pay too much attention on the knitting needles when I'm doing this, because I'm just using them around the house. And if I like the fabric, the way it feels, then I just use those knitting needles. And this, it recommends US 7, but I used an 8 and I still got a good fabric. And this is the next one I'm making, and it's dropped stitch over there. So it starts here, then you increase, and then when you get to the size that you want, then you start decreasing. So I wanted a big one like this when I was making this one. And now I like the pinks because they are pretty. So this yarn, this cost me very little money, because I got this yarn from Hobby Lobby when they had their clearance sale. So this cost me 74 cents. So I love the price point, and I love that within a very short period of time I have a finished object. And so it's what I call instant gratification when it comes to knitting projects. And all you do is cast on 3, then you increase and then knit, increase at the beginning of every row, and then when you have enough stitches, you start decreasing at the beginning of every row. This is one of the easiest projects that you can make, and it makes really great gifts, and you can make them really fast. And now that we are going, the holidays are almost here, it's never too early to start making your handmade gifts, and these make excellent gifts. You can make them large, you can make them small for washcloths or for scrubbing cloths, and they work really well because the cotton in it makes it a very good grabber. So that is my second finished object, and now I'm going to show you my work in progress. So I have a cardigan that I'm making. I think it's getting too big for my knitting bag. And if you like my knitting bag, I'll leave a link to the details about it. I made it myself, but I used a free pattern on YouTube and I love it. I probably need to make a larger one if I'm going to be making cardigans, and because this is gonna be too big for it very soon. So this is my work in progress. It's a cardigan that's a cable cardigan that is almost, well, it's at least 50% done, because I'm done with the body and now I have to pick up the sleeves and also make the button band all around. And so this, it has cables. It's a cable in a cable. It's black, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the details clearly, but let me try. So that's the cable, and it has cables everywhere, and then at the front it has these knit to purl to rib and some increases at the front to give it shaping. So let's talk a little bit about the cardigan. So I'm using an acrylic yarn because I wanted a I wanted a garment that is easy to take care of. So I wanted something I can throw in the washer and put in the dryer, or just lay flat to dry without having to worry about shrinkage and reshaping and all that. So I'm using lion blood Heartland yarn, which is it's a 4 weight. So it's a worsted weight. It is a 5 ounces ball, or 142 grams, 251 yards, 100% acrylic, machine washable and dryable. And you can use US 9 knitting needles, but I didn't use that because I did not get gauge with that. So I used a different, I think I used a 7 or something like that. I think it's a 7. I'll leave the information in the description below. So this is Black Canyon is the color. Look at that. It has that heathered look, and I wanted black because I wanted to be able to wear it with a lot of my clothing. And so that is what I chose, and I think I only have these 2 left. I think that should be enough, but I can look real quick on my Ravelry notes to see how much what knitting needles I used. I have them here, but these are Addies, and after some time they will rub off the size, and even if the size was here, it's usually on the cable, but I've never been able to read from the cable unless they are brand new. So I'm using US 6, and I'm making a large size, and my gauge is 18 stitches, gives me 4 inches. So this cardigan is from one of my favorite designers, and her name is Joji Locatelli. She's from Argentina, and it's called Let Go, and it's for sale on her website, or you can buy it on Ravelry for $8. I think that price must have gone up. I'm thinking it was $6.50 when I bought it, because I bought it a long time ago and then I didn't start working on it until later. And I've made several things from her, and you won't be able to see it here because I didn't print in color, but I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link so that you can see it, the final finished product, but I'll also share it when I'm done. So I'm planning to pick up this and finish it in time for the cold weather. So I'm gonna be working on it in the next few weeks. At least I'm trying to get it finished by the end of November. And I'm just I've already picked up the sleeves on one side, but I haven't started knitting on it. But I need to change these knitting needles because these are too large. These are like 60 inches, and it's what I was using down here, but up here I think I need a 24, and I have a 24, so I'm going to switch the stitches and start working on it. So this is my work in progress, and going to be getting back to it so that I can finish it as soon as possible. So that is all I have for you today, and thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.